Hi, I hope that you are having a great day or night, depending where you are around the globe. So, we are going to talk about this article that you just read, which is called Mother's Day is Not Always Roses and Rainbows. The reason that I have included this article is because it was very profound for me to read this. And I think that the reason was, first of all, I must say that it made me cry. I just couldn't stop myself from crying. And I think that the reason for it is that it just touched me in so many ways. I think that, first of all, what really moved me was the fact that this reassured me that I wasn't crazy and that what I felt and what I struggled with was real. Because, we talked about it. I talked about it in the last video, in the introduction video, about the feeling of not being able to trust who you are and your thoughts and your feelings, because we've been under a control of someone that wanted us to feel bad all the time and not sure about ourselves. So suddenly hearing that someone else went through this and that it's a reality that people face and I wasn't the only one facing it gave me a lot of relief. The crying was a mix of emotions of sadness and happiness together. So I felt happy for knowing that I wasn't crazy and that I wasn't the only one that Mother's Day was a nightmare to. But on the other hand, I think that the sadness that I felt was about me, about what I went through, about my childhood, about the abuse, about not having the childhood that I dreamed of, or not having the mother that I always wanted to have. As a daughter of a narcissistic mother, you can probably relate with the feeling of having hope. If you're good enough this time and you work hard enough and you get to please her this time, maybe she's going to be the mom that you know that she can be, because she kind of uses it against you. I don't know if she knows like that, how much you crave that motherhood or that love and compassion. She is capable of being that mom, but the thing is that it's very conditional and it's only if it serves some kind of purpose that she has. But I think that I just cried for knowing that I don't know if I really knew or understood that I will never get it when I read this article, but I felt very sorry for me, for the ValentinA, for the little child that has to go through all this. I don't know, I think it was the first time that I've started seeing things differently. And this is what made me want to understand what I was going through and why I went through that. And how does it work, and why mothers turn to be the way my mom is. It raised a lot of questions inside of me, and I wanted to. That's my nature. I'm a very curious person, and when I read this, I think it was the first thing that triggered the need for more information about what happened and why, and what can I do to make it better for myself. So the question in this step, well, it's not a step, but I think it's a very important question, is how do you feel after reading this article? And I think it's very important to start having a look at the way you react to things like this, to be able to dig deeper in the coming steps. So take your time feeling this out, thinking about this. Maybe you can, use some of the painting elements, or even going outside and look at nature and breathe fresh air, and just have a think about this. It's I think that all the steps that we are going to go through here on this journey are very deep and profound, and I think it's going to be easier for you to reflect on the questions when you take when you take some time for yourself. And I see you in the next video. Bye bye. Have a great one.